Greetings, sixth graders, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Be sure to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you. So, as we are continuing yesterday's discussion here with modular arithmetic, it's important to understand that whenever the book is prompting you for a standard name or standard answer, you're simply going to find the product using normal math like you've always learned. So when I say 31 times 29, there's that time sign I mentioned yesterday with the dot. You're just simply multiplying 29 times 31, and you write the answer, 899. Much as product is the word that we use to identify the answer to a multiplication problem, quotient describes the answer to a division problem. So if you're asked to write the quotient of 24 divided by 6, that's 4, of course. Now bear in mind, though, the answer to a modular arithmetic problem involves identifying the remainder specifically. So if you're writing the product of 14 and 4 in mod 29, 14 times 4, of course, is 56. Taken at mod 29, though, our answer is actually going to be 27. Now, hopefully you see why. If not, it's because 14 times 4 is obviously 56. Quotient of 56 when divided by 29 is 1, and that's fine. But what I'm really concerned about, of course, is the remainder. So remainder is 27. That's why we say the answer to 14 times 4 at mod 29 is that's going to be 27. Okay, so as we move on here, using key 4 wheel becomes unnecessary, as we kind of saw that yesterday, didn't we? Once we realize we can use mod 29 arithmetic to encode and decode, we can just continue on with our math. And yeah, I don't need to always use times 2, by the way. So if I'm using times 7 encoding, for instance, instead of times 2, I'll have a different coding for the word bus than what I would have had with times 2 encoding, even though I'm still using mod 29. 1 times 7, of course, is 7. 20, that corresponds to the U, of course, and 18 was the S. So 20 times 7 is 140, but I'm going to need to break that down into some mod 29 number, something that's in that set. 18 times 7 is something like 126, again at mod 29. Well, the 7's fine. You know, when I say what's the encoded word, the 7's easy. It's going to be an H. That's fine. But the other 2 letters, I'm going to have to do a little bit of math. No problem. So let's take 140 and divide it by 29. We can pretty easily figure that 4 times 29, of course, is going to be 116. I subtract that. That's 24. I get a remainder of 24. Fine. So that is the 20, the U, let's see, that's going to get replaced with a, whatever's at 24. Oh, that's the Y. So I'm going to write a Y right there. Good. And, why not change our color shade? Let's do 18 times 7. 18 times 7 is 126, and we're going to take that at mod 29. 29 goes into 126 4 times. Hey, look, I got the same quotient. But, again, I don't really care about the quotient. You'll hopefully see why momentarily. 4 times 29 is 116. It's the remainder that matters, of course. It's the remainder. So this S, which was 18 originally, I'm now going to replace that with the 10. That's the K. So voila, I've got my encoded word using times 7 encoding, and it's HYK. Now, so long as we're doing so much work with mod 29 multiplication, might as well have a times table for it. Behold, a mod 29 times table. You've seen times tables before. Notice, though, how different this one looks, from any kind of multiplication table you've ever seen before. But yeah, if I were to take, for instance, 11 times 6, this table will help us easily find that it is 8. You have such a table, by the way, on page 11. So again, 11 times 6 is 8. You don't have to take their word for it, of course. If you don't believe it, you can just do the math. 11 times 6 is 66. Taken at mod 29, that means 66 divided by 29. Yeah, it goes in 2 times. 66 minus 58 is an 8, a remainder of 8, and that, of course, was what I promised you it was. See? Okay, so Let me scroll down here a little bit. There's a video on page 12. Take some time to watch that, please. I believe that video is just under 10 minutes, so you're going to need to settle in for a little bit to watch that video of the class, but it's a very, very good discussion. It talks about how to use that Mod 29 multiplication table to actually do a division problem. Division problems, this is where it starts breaking kids pretty early. Quite honestly, if they're not paying too much attention here. You need to understand that a division problem is totally related to a multiplication problem. That is to say, if I ask you what's 4 times 5 in normal standard numerals, 4 times 5 is obviously 20. There's two related division problems. I could say 20 divided by 5 equals 4. 20 divided by 4 equals 5. You called these fact families probably back in elementary school, didn't you? Great. So if I'm asking about 5 divided by 7 in Mod 29, if I don't know what that is, well, there must be a related multiplication problem. You understand? That is to say, since, just like here I said, 4 times 5 equals 20, I could say 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Well, it stands to reason then, and also 20 divided by 5 equals 4, it stands to reason then that I could say 7 times some number, 7 times the x, equaled 5. So if 7 times x equals 5, again, see the relationship, what I've done here, where these numbers all went to. If 7 times x equals 5, let's go up to our chart, look on the 7 row, and find where there's a 5. I'm going to highlight it right here. 7 and the 7 row, where's there a 5? It's right here. And that lines up with the 9, it appears. So if I'm doing this right, this means that 7 times 9 should equal 5 in Mod 29. I should have written Mod 29s on each of these, sorry. 7 times 29 is now 7 times 9, of course, is 63. 63 taken at Mod 29. 29 times 2 is 58. So, yeah, the remainder is, in fact, going to be equal to 5. As you're completing exercise 10, be sure you're using division, Mod 29. Again, I can't stress this enough. The division problems, you need to look at these as a related multiplication problem. And use the times table that you have on page 11 accordingly, okay? You're going to go up through exercise 13 on page 15. I encourage you, once again, watch this podcast twice if necessary. Watch the video on page 12 twice if necessary. If you watch it and you're not understanding the exercises, do them again. So again, complete through exercise 13. That's going to be exercises 8 through 13. The pages you'll find those on are 11 through 15. I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Be good for your parents. Talk to you later.